So we win the championship with Oxford, which probably not a surprise to many people. Quite close though, wasn't it? And we thought after that, surely there'll be clubs wanting us. We spent a whole season last season applying for jobs. We nearly got Oxford into the Premier League. You'd think we'd be in hot demand. But after another summer of applying for jobs, it was time to take drastic action. And so, having been at Fisher FC, Bowes and Pitsea, and Oxford, we resigned to find ourselves a new club to spice up the menu. I would like to say this is where it finally gets interesting. It's a little bit unfair to the rest of the save, but this is where it gets pretty interesting. So let me just give you a brief update before we introduce team number 4. So here we go. Wealdon Jr. takes over Oxford in my absence, which feels like a strange decision. He came from Cavalry United in Canada. So Oxford, having appointed me from the 8th tier, obviously have a very strange recruiter thing. I just want to point out, the favourite for this job, by the way, was What's His Chops, from the former Everton manager, former Watford manager. I always think he looks a bit like the lead singer of that band. This isn't very helpful, is it? Marco Silva. There we go, Marco Silva. Marco Silva was favourite, but they decided to go with Tommy Wealdon Jr., which is a bit odd. You may say, what was I doing in this time? Well, I was just really trying very hard. There's Marco Silva. To get another job. So I went and watched lots of teams. I went to watch Bournemouth and Blackpool. I thought, the Cherries or the Tangerines, they might be interested in us. No. Bradford City, the Bantamans, maybe a bit of chicken on the menu. But they were down, struggling in League One. I didn't want to go back to League One. We wanted something a bit more exciting. We went to watch a team called Dorados, who were in the Mexican Expansion League. Now, we'd applied for a job there before, the Big Fish, and we hadn't got it. But the manager that did get it instead of us didn't do very well. So we went to watch them. We went off to Mexico. Other places we went to look at. We went to look at Dijon. I don't know how to spell Dijon. Is that how you spell Dijon? That's not how you spell Dijon. That's how you spell Dijon. We went to Dijon, bit of mustard. We applied for that job. We didn't get that job. Other jobs we went for were the Netherlands, the Oranges. We did not get that job. We applied for West Ham. Which you would think might be a good shout. They sacked their manager. We didn't get that job. They wouldn't even let us apply for that particular job, which was a bit strange. We thought our hopes were up when we realised that Venezuela's nickname is the Red Wine. Did we get that job? No, didn't get that job. We applied for a team in... Let's see if I can find this now. In Sweden. So we had a few things going on in Sweden. Now, obviously, it's quite a lot of big teams in Sweden. We applied for the Hammarby job. Where are they? Hammarby, thinking ham. We didn't get that job. We applied for the Gaias job. They're called the Mackerels, also in Sweden. We did not get that job. And at this point, we're scraping the barrel quite deep. And we're just scanning this job centre. Reading, the Biscuit Men. We were thinking of applying for that one, and then we thought, actually, bottom of the championship. Remember, the aim is to win trophies here, okay? So, bottom of the championship, not a good place to be. Monterey, Jack Cheese, unfortunately, no connection there for Cheese. No connections at Millwall. I think we did apply for the Hamburg job. We got laughed out of the room for that, which is fair enough. The Alkmaar job didn't come up, unfortunately. We'd be keeping an eye on Scotland because there's plenty of teams in Scotland with food links. We've got Livingston, who play at the Tony Macaroni Stadium. Did we get that job? No, we didn't. It never came up. Dundee United, the Tangerines, also the Terriers, but they're also known as the Tangerines. Didn't get that job because it never came up. Hearts also haven't sacked their manager in ages. There doesn't seem to be anybody down in the second tier with a food connection. We were thinking, Are we ever going to get a job? Is this ever actually going to happen? And then it happened. Not only did we get a job, we got a very interesting job. We got a job that we'd had our eye on for a while, and it took us to a very strange and unusual place, which is the whole point of this save. So let's introduce you to team number 4. So, welcome to Dorados de Sinaloa? Dorados de Sinaloa? The nickname is El Rampiez, which I believe is the Big Fish. Land of the Wonder Kids. Their stadium is lovely. They're in a place called Cucalciana, Mexico. And we're okay. We're in the Mexican Expansion League, which is the 2nd tier. And if you look at the season preview, we are predicted to finish 3rd. We are not currently 3rd, which probably explains what happened to the previous manager. The previous manager, by the way, who took the job from me. I applied for this job and I wasn't given it. Instead, they gave it to Bruno Duran, who was fired. So, sucks to be you, Bruno. Maybe they should have appointed me. Don't know where he's gone. Somewhere else. I mean, he's not very good, is he? I'm actually better than him. It's the first time I've seen a manager that I'm better than. So yeah, we're 11th, which isn't a good look. But then if you look at the points difference, we are like one good week away from being 3rd. It's a very tight league. Land of the Wonder Kids. I don't really understand the rules in Mexico. We qualify for... don't know what happens. So we've got the opening stage. We then qualify for some preliminary round. I don't know what happens. At some point, I think we can get promoted. Maybe. I don't know. Can we? Is it a closed league system? Is it? Like, what happens at the closing stage? When do you win things? What's the club vision? I don't understand Mexico. This is confusing. Okay, they want us to reach they want us to not... I don't know. I don't know what's going on. We'll find out as we go. If we look at last season, does that help? If we look at the last season's league table? What? No, that doesn't help. Promoted. Okay, so you... Why? How did you get promoted from 18th place? What? I don't understand. They want us to win games. Yes. This was the tactic they recommended, or rather the formation they recommended, so we're sticking with it. We have the support of the squad-ish. I may have picked a fight with the one of the key team leaders, but it's okay because I've given him a new contract, and so he's no longer against me, although he doesn't like me. If we look at our team leaders, we've got Angel Zalvidar, who we will be playing as a striker. He's quite well-rounded. He likes big games. Not having a great season this season. And then we've got Jonathan Cecina, who I don't really know what we're going to use him for. Possibly again as a striker. Lots of attacking players. If we go into the squad, I think this is sorted via ability. Our goalkeeper is our best player. Jose Javier Balderas. He's a sweeper keeper. He's very determined. He likes big matches. So it's good to have a good goalkeeper. And then we get to the midfielder, the box-to-box. Very much lacking stamina, doesn't like big games, but technically quite good. Diego Torres is another player who's quite good. But unfortunately, he does not play in a position that we use, which is confusing. This guy's really good, but he's already got a transfer pre-agreed. He doesn't like big games. I don't really know. We're just going to feel it out. Angel's too slow. I don't know where he is. He's somewhere down here. To be honest, we're just gonna play some games and see what happens, and hopefully we'll win some. Hopefully we won't get sacked, and we'll slowly discover the joys of Mexico together. I have done some work on the staff, so you can see we need a goalkeeping coach probably, but our scouts are the best in the league. So basically, we're a good team. We're a good team. So anyway, we do have some money to spend. 2 million is a lot of money to spend, and a little bit of wage budget. So one thing we have been doing is scouting some of our former players, because if we go to Oxford and we go to, it's October, and we go to their senior squad, Speedy Boy and Nestor Guinness Walker have both been transfer listed. Now, both of them were pretty good last season. And so I think, like, look at this. They could do a job for us. They come in, very cheap, bit of cover. I like it. In fact, so much so, I'm going to make an offer to match the asking price. See, you can't list them for one thing. Whatever, fine. Right, so we're going to go in for both Speedy Boy and Nestor Guinness Walker. Although I'm going to try and see if I can get this down a bit. Ah, they're not being very reasonable, are they? Right, so that's 100,000 now. This is quite a lot more than just the flat rate that we offered. So we'll just go in for the flat amount. No problem. So, welcome to the first game of the Big Fish against a team bottom of the league. We've been given a good start here. They are recommending that we change formation to a wide formation. So do we have a 4-3-3 loaded in here that we can jump to? We do have this, which kind of worked. So we'll maybe see if we want to move to that later. But we'll start with this narrow diamond. We've got transfer bids in for a couple of different players. These guys are going out. Okay, let's go. Let's rock and roll. Few match fitness problems. I don't even know how many changes you get at this league, but we're about to find out. Okay, so there is our formation. We haven't nicknamed any of the players yet. We haven't really got to know them yet. So nicknames welcome in the chat or the comments. If this will probably be turned into a video. We're not doing videos for everything, but this feels like a good video, doesn't it? First game with the Big Fish. So here we are. There's me on the sideline in blue. Hang on, are we on? We're not even sure. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on, what's going on here? It's 1-1. It's 1-1. It's... We just weren't watching the game. Okay, good start. Shall we go back and actually watch what happened? What happened here? Like, let's. What is going on? It's 2-1. I'm so confused. Right, sure. Okay. We've got Alamo in defence, perfect. Right, so they're coming in here, and then they score a pretty poor goal in terms of our defensive abilities. So that's the immediate highlight. And then we kick off after that highlight. It's high scoring, this. It's very exciting. Medina. Anguilo. Sanchez. He's dispossessed, but then Escobar comes back and picks it up to Cardenas, who lobs it long to Sanchez. Oh, it's kind of, we're sort of heading it all over the place. And then Perez is in, and I thought that was going to be where we scored our goal that we already know that we're scoring, but apparently not. Is it from the goal kick? Balderas. Rodriguez. Hoofs it long. Lots of long ball here, which I don't remember telling them to do. So unless that's in my tactic unbeknownst to me. Also, are we watching like full match now? What's going on here? This does look like a highlight though, doesn't it? Escobar, Rodriguez. Escobars. All the way back to the keeper. Okay, well maybe we'll go to the next highlight. See if we can see some goals. Perez. Rodriguez. Angulo. Beautiful goal. 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 Well, we've seen one of our goals. We'll just watch the other at the end. I was expecting a game like the Simpsons sketch, yes. I can't remember the names. Anyway, passes. Escobars. Passes to Rodriguez. To Almo. To Toledo. To Rodriguez. We're not doing that. We're not doing short technical football here. This is hoofball. But we are 2-1 up. So I guess we just carry on. Gosh, it's just constant highlights. It's on key highlights. It's just constant highlights. This game is fantastic. Mexican football. Aguilo. Ah, it's 3! It's 3!
Absolutely delicious.
We're going to have to put all kinds of Mexican sound effects on here. Who'd have thought we'd be in Mexico, hey? I did not for a minute expect to be in Mexico. This is not where I thought this save would go. But I'm delighted. And we're up to 4th. Angulo is potentially injured, so maybe we take him off. How many change of subs do we have? We have 5 subs. Is that from free stoppages, or is that just 5 subs in general? So let's give this guy a go as the shadow striker. Can he do it? Always worth checking, isn't it? He's not amazing. He's quite slow, but I thought let's make the change. We're 3-1 up, so we can probably get away with that, right? So we'll make that change. Rodriguez is also looking very, very tired. So we'll just keep an eye on that. But I think Speedy Boy is going to tear apart this league. We're against Pie Dad. And I'm disappointed it's taken me to 38 minutes to work out we're against a team called Pie Dad. I mean, does that? I hope that means something else in Spanish. Should we move to Pie Dad? I think we're happy with the way things going. We've got a bit of a right back problem. In that we don't really have any right backs. It's a very unbalanced team. We'll get Jonathan Cena on. It's a very unbalanced squad. I need to check my staff's judging ability because there's a lot going on here. Now, Pie Dad are in here with the corner, so we do need to be careful about that. We have conceded that... What is going on in this game? 3-3! I mean, do we just go attacking? That was the recommendation. We seem to be having some luck, but at the same time... This is mental, and that obviously drops us all the way down to 7th. From whatever it was, 3rd or 4th. Alright, maybe we need to try... Well, let's highlight pan out. He loops it long. Toledo! Up to Cena! Oh, he tries to head it over. Well, let's go wide. Let's go wide. Right, hang on. So who was doing what here? So Salvador wants to be the winger. Toledo does not want to be a winger. So we have to pick which of these. I mean, did I bring Toledo on? No, I didn't, but he's not doing very well. We've got to have a good wide player. Torres. So Torres up here as a winger. Unless one of our current strikers would rather play out there. Not really. He's actually doing quite well as a target forward. Cena would quite like to be a winger. So maybe we do Cena over here as the winger, and then that gives us the opportunity to bring on a different striker. Like, who's this guy? Riggio. He wants to be an advanced forward, and he's quite fast, actually. I think our central midfield is like one of our strongest things, really. And then this guy, Rubine, can't really tackle. Should we just try this for a bit? We're kind of experimenting. It gives us one more sub. I don't know. You've conceded every shot on target, and supposedly our goalkeeper is our best player. We've conceded every shot on target. Absolutely mental. I don't know what's going on here. The ball is all over the place, and now Piedad are onto us, but our defender does get back to it. I feel like we possibly shouldn't have gone to this wide formation, should we? Oh, Piedad miss. Piedad miss. Yeah, we just played a bit of Football Manager, as we do, trying to feel as Mexican as we can as we play here in Mexico. It has all gone a bit wrong, so that's very, very sad, to be honest. So our amazing goalkeeper has been absolutely appalling, which is sad, isn't it? So we've drawn with Piedad, which is a bit of a shame, and the wide formation didn't work. So now we know. No, Nesta Guinness Walker doesn't want to join. No. Come on, mate. I'm going to make you join, Nesta. What are you? When's the next Barbaden? Yeah, Barbaden, that's the word. The next Barbaden game, that's where we're going to get him. We're going to watch him play against Panama on the 11th. We're going to force him to join us. So we're frustrated by a draw, which, to be fair, we are. How many games are there left in this part of the season? Very few. Oh, God. Oh, God, indeed. Oh, we did figure out Mexico eventually, and you have to come back for the next video to see what happened in the craziness of the season. Did we sign Speedy Boy? Did we sign Nesta Guinness Walker? Did we manage to finish ahead of Piedad? How is the pie in Mexico? All things that will become clear in the next episode. So I'll see you then as we try and reel in a Mexican trophy. The title. I don't understand Mexico. I just don't. But I promise you, it's a fun time.